Hey, Tony Gaskins here. You know what? On Fridays, I try to do a video for the fellas. So today, I want to talk about what I've experienced, the benefits of being a 100% faithful man. Now, to the ladies who watch this, I'm fine with that. Just don't ask me any questions because this video is for men, okay? So don't ask me questions about what you don't understand and all of that because you're not going to understand what men go through and what men dealing with. But men who hear this, they will understand. Now, understand this, just like any other man, I was trying to do everything I can to get all the women I could. When I was 22, my first book that I wrote, What Daddy Never Told His Little Girl, there was a question in there. I answered 10 questions from women from between the ages of 18 years old and 25 years old in my first book, What Daddy Never Told His Little Girl. And I don't promote that book anymore. It was too real, too raw. But there was a question in there, and it was, can a man be faithful? And my answer was no. My answer was no, because at 22 years old, I had not accomplished that feat, and I felt like it was impossible. And I did not know a man. Understand now, I did not know a man. And see, one thing about me too is I'm very intuitive, and I'm very splenic, and I'm very sensitive to spirits. So I could meet a man and he could say, "Oh, I'm 100% faithful. I'm 100% faithful," but I could see right through him. I know what a faithful man is. And then a lot of men that I meet who are good men, they don't mention faithfulness. And it's because I know that they're not faithful. But they may be, in the public's eye, a shining example of a man. Because see, one thing that I understand, that men understand, and the only men who claim not to understand this is the comment warriors who leave comments to show their girlfriend or to show their fiance or to show their wife, trying to look different. But men know men. Men know men. Okay? So at 22 years old, I put no. Can a man be faithful? I put no. And one of the reasons was too is because I had a grandfather. It was my step grandfather. It wasn't actually my mother's dad, but to see what he was still doing, trying to get women at 88 years old, I was just like, wow, this does not end. This does not end. And he had a catheter, okay, the tube that help you pee. And so to see him still getting women and chasing women at 88, I was like, wow, like he literally getting ready to go to meet the Lord. And for some reason, not that his body could even do anything, it just was a mental thing. And so I just didn't believe, because I'm like, okay, I'm 22, he's 4 times my age, and we're doing the same thing. So this lets me know this tick that's inside of a man, this desire that's inside of a man does not go anywhere. And I'll tell you, so I didn't really try to be faithful until 23 when I got married. At this time when I'm writing a book, I was faithful, but I was open to the possibility, but I was writing a book. And then I got married a month later after I published the book. So I was 22, published the book February 1st. I turned 23 March 8th. I got married March 30th at 23 years old. And then, so I said, hey, when you get married, you got to be faithful. So now I'm 100% faithful on my own strength. Just my own strength. I really wasn't walking all the way close with the Lord. So the first way I became unfaithful was I went back to the street life. To me, when you give your word and you go against your word, that's unfaithfulness to me. But then when I was 25 and I went on Oprah to tell my story, which is not on YouTube, it was a live airing. I went on Oprah to tell about being a toxic, controlling boyfriend and having an incident that blew up in college when I was a college football player. I went on Tyra Banks. They showed the book that I wrote at 22. When I was 25, I went on Tyra Banks and they showed the book to the world. And I was a guest expert on Tyra's show sitting next to a doctor. And we were talking about, toxic relationships. And I gave my take. And after that, I got on Twitter. And so later that year, things started to blow up for me. My Twitter started to blow up. And it just was, all kind of temptation coming. So it was around that time right there that I was like, wow, that was the toughest test for me. But it was in that year of 25 that I just had got so just weak to where I was like, man, I've been 100% faithful. But now, see, what you got to realize, with every new level, there's a new devil. That's what you got to realize. So you could be faithful when you in a small town. You could be faithful when your options are few. You've heard the saying, a man is only as faithful as his options. You could be faithful when your options are few, when women don't approach you, when women ain't got their eyes on you. Now, when them tests change, you got to have a different level of a commitment. So when I was 25, that's when I really started to slip and like, ooh, I'm getting weak. And boom, I had to catch myself. I went all the way down and I'm just weak in my spirit. And according to my beliefs, when you start to lust in your heart, you already committing adultery. So that's when I really had to identify just how high of a standard that I need to hold. Because when I'm lusting in my heart and I'm having these conversations with celebrity women, award winning, Grammy award winning, actresses, and I'm lusting in my heart, I'm like, Tony, technically now you in adultery. And so I had to check myself. And that's something that even a woman could do, lust in her heart and after a man that she working with or talking to. But when you understand that the standard is that high, that's when it calls you to something different. So at 25 years old, I made a decision. I renewed my mind, I renewed my spirit, and I made a decision. Now, what I was going through, my wife had no clue. She had no clue because I never went to the point of like, I'm in a full-fledged affair. And y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all gotta forgive me. I ain't get up too long ago. It worked out, still love, sleep. But I repented to Christ with my wife. She didn't know because I never got into an affair. I didn't go into where like I'm sitting there and I'm going on vacations with a woman and we hanging out and a woman calling my wife phone and texting my wife phone. Oh, I've been with your husband for the last year and all that. No, another woman pregnant, all that. No, I ain't do all that because for one, I love the Lord too much. So I'm only gonna get weak for a little bit. When the devil sending me his best test, I'm gonna get weak for that little bit. He might knock me down. I'm down there, I'm getting my 8 count. And I get that 8 count, I'm coming up, rubbing them gloves on the ref, and we going back in here. What's up? What we finna do? And so that's just how I roll. And this is what I had to realize. See, for me, the way I did it, the way I renewed my mind, is I tapped into my purpose. And that's right there where I see a lot of unfaithful men is a lot of men, most men don't tap into purpose. So you got to understand, you got to identify what can you add to this world from your experiences, from your knowledge, from your heart. Like what can you add to this world to help somebody else life become easier? What can you do? And that's how you're going to do it, because, see, when you tap into purpose and you surrender to God, now you got to understand, you got to identify what can you add to this world from your experiences, from your knowledge, from your heart. Like what can you add to this world to help somebody else life become easier? What can you do? And that's how you're going to do it, because, see, when you tap into purpose and you surrender to God, Now your purpose is bigger than you. God is bigger than you. So you see, when you don't fear anything, that's why I don't trust atheists. When you don't fear something that's bigger than you, when you don't fear the law, when you don't fear God, when you don't fear repercussions, when you don't have a set of standards and laws that you live by that has repercussions. So repercussions, how y'all say that now? Y'all know I'm country. So think about this. The good book says a man who finds a wife finds a good thing and receives favor from the Lord. So guess what? The good book also says that fornication is a sin. The good book says that adultery is a sin. So if it's telling me if I find a wife, I will receive favor from the Lord, and it's also telling me that if I have a wife and I'm in adultery, that I'm in sin, then guess what? That deactivates, that cancels my favor. Then it's also, if it's telling me also in the Holy Bible that if you lust in your heart, you've already committed adultery. So what that means is no pornography. Okay, and I'm not into porn. I've never been into porn. So no, and I'm saying it like that on purpose. And so no nasty movie, none of that. Sitting online looking at all the booty models every day. Ooh. Now I might bump into something on my popular page. That's just how I do. And I got clients that I coach that have, take a lot of side angles and show a lot of hump on their pages and may be on my popular page because they in my phone, in my contact list, or they've been looking at my page. I don't know how this algorithm works. So I may see it, but the thing about it is you see it because you're not blind. Now you stare at it, now you lusting. You lusting, now you just committed a sin. Now you need to repent, and now you need to do something different, move differently going forward. So what I start to do is I shift my mindset from hunter to protector. So instead of looking at women as a piece of meat that I'm trying to go get, like a lion in the jungle, I became the pride. I took pride over the land. So if I see a woman and she got a booty out, instead of me saying, woo, girl, what I do to you? Woo! Instead of me doing that, I shift from that mindset to, Lord bless them. Lord bless them. Pour out in her life. Lord, give her confidence. Lord, heal her from that abandonment of her father. Lord, heal her from the abuse she went through, everything she suffered through. Lord, make her whole. Lord, help her. Because I know it just don't make sense to get online and just always showing your body, and being paid for showing your body. I know nobody dreamt of doing that. That was not anybody's dream. That when she was little, she wanted to be a professional soccer player, a professional, dancer. Not that kind of dancer, but ballerina. She wanted to be a president, a governor, a CEO. She didn't want to have to show booty to get a check for a sponsorship. That was not her dream. I know that by humans. So when I see this stuff online and it's just countless and countless and countless women, I just pray for them. I just start praying, Lord bless them. Lord bless them. Lord, thank you I ain't got no daughter. Thank you I got 2 sons so I could raise the kings, because it's an extra level of stress when you raising a woman in this world. Okay, so I had to shift my mindset. And this is the thing. See, when I tapped into my purpose, for me, fortunately, my purpose was, Tony, you was an absolute slap dog. So give away the game to help level the playing field. Because you know that, yes, it's some men that get hurt. But Tony, how many men have you met that's been dogged out by a woman? I could count on one hand. But how many men have you met that have dogged out a woman? If I had $10 for every man I met, listen to me, I wouldn't have to work a day in my life. And so that's what I saw just with my eyes. I really don't care about, what the comment warriors and you know what, men get hurt too. Men get hurt too because I had a woman and she cheated on me and she cheated. Listen, that is so much more rare than what women go through. What women go through is just, it pales in comparison. It is. There's no comparison. Just be real. Just shut that mess up and just be real. Just be real. Like, I talk to women every day as a professional. You hear me? I'm on the phone for $275 to $500 an hour. Ain't nobody getting on the phone with me to lie to me. You hear me? And I'm talking to women who, they done contracted multiple diseases from one man that done cheated on them multiple times. And the woman ain't never cheated on the man. Come on, I see the real. I see the real. Now, I coach some women who have cheated on their man, but guess what? I could think of three. Out of the thousands of women that I've coached, I could think of 3 women that told me about they cheating. And see, when they talking to me, it's a safe space. So you can't get help. You can't go nowhere if you come in to lie. So my finger on the pulse of these numbers. And a lot of times the way men are, the way we get so paranoid because of what we doing. We convince ourselves that our woman is cheating and don't have no evidence. And faithfulness can look like cheating. You can work overtime and be at work working, being faithful. Or you can get off work on time, go cheat, and say you worked overtime. That's how faithfulness can look like cheating. One person was actually at work working. The other was off work cheating. Both said they were doing overtime. One telling the truth, one lying. That's how faithfulness can look like cheating. And a lot of times as men, because if we cheating, we will convince ourselves that our woman is cheating. And the thing is with men will cheat for no reason. We cheat for no reason. The woman ain't did nothing. She ain't did nothing. She ain't attack your ego. She ain't yelled. She ain't cursed you out. She ain't did nothing that you ain't deserve. See, women are typically retaliatory. Okay? Don't know if that's a word. Sound good right there. Women are typically retaliatory to where they take it. Then when they can't take it no more, then they yelling. Now they screaming. Now they cursing. Now they go cheat. Most of the women that I've talked to who have cheated, well, all of them, they cheated because of what he did. And they thought that revenge cheating would make them feel better. They thought that if they got him back, he would say, oh, we even. Now let's ride into the sunset. Little did she know, she didn't know what she dealing with. Because a taste of our own medicine might kill us. A taste of our own medicine might kill us. A man can't swallow the same medicine that he giving a woman every single day. He'll choke and die. And that's what women don't understand. So when a woman retaliates with cheating, she actually just exacerbates the situation. She just make the situation all kinds of worse. I know that as a man. You know that as a man. So this is what you're going to have to realize. Is that men, we nasty by nature. That's why them boys was called naughty by nature. Because we nasty by nature. And that's what you got to admit and understand. And that's the beast that you got to tame. And so for me, I tamed it with a love for God, the word of God, and my purpose. And see, understand this. Your purpose don't have to be giving away the game like I do, because you might not understand the game on the level that I do. I've never talked to a man that understands relationships on the level that I do. Everybody knows something, but I've never talked to a man that can go into the depths, talking an hour a day, but could talk 4 hours a day. I could do 4 hours a day. I take it easy on y'all doing an hour a day. But God gave me of wisdom that I can't put into words, that when I'm talking, I know it's not me talking, it's God talking through me. Understand, because if it was me, every 36-year-old man without a college degree who come from nothing would be able to speak on love and relationships the same way. So understand, I know it's not me. It's my calling. And that's the difference. Is some men just come. Others of us were called. So your purpose, don't feel like in order to be faithful in a relationship, you got to preach on relationships. No. Your purpose, a guy yesterday that I coach, played in the NFL, had situations. What he's doing right now is he's mentoring young boys. So he is getting them out and getting them into sports. And he's helping them in sports. And he's teaching them because he was a professional athlete and could have been a two-sport pro athlete. So he's teaching them sports. And while he's coaching them, he's teaching them about life. And he has a wife and he has children. And now he is faithful to his wife. So he's showing them the example. And then guess what? He got all the bells and whistles, all the supercars, the fast cars, the mansion. He got those things. And so these young men get to see him with a wife, loving his wife, loving his children. And so they say, that's what I want to do. So guess what? That's his purpose. So if he end up in divorce court, it's going to be a lot of hurt souls. So by giving, by serving, it helps hold you accountable. Think about it. So when your purpose is bigger than you, because you are impacting lives in some kind of way, whether you doing a soup kitchen, whether you do free meals on Wednesdays, you make peanut butter and jelly and you take it out to the homeless, whether you doing a AAU basketball team, or coaching the football team, the baseball team, the track team, whether you take your skill and every now and then your extra cement you got, you go and pave a old lady, a widow driveway, you go and paint somebody's house. If you a painter, if you a mechanic, you fix cars for free for single parents. You find your purpose, turn it into a nonprofit organization or turn it into a for-profit company, and you make it your business to be about your business. And then you surrender to the will and to the way of God. And you allow that word to lead you and guide you. Because see, this is the thing. When the Bible say in Proverbs, a good man, who could find one? A faithful man, who could find one? Depending on what translation you're reading. It's basically saying, a faithful man, who can find one? When the Bible says that, hey, that's real. Every man I meet got a crook in him. Every man I meet got a crook in him. Every single man got a crook in him. What basically that means, he got a sinner in him. Ain't nobody perfect. Every man I meet, you give him enough rope, he gonna hang himself. You give him enough rope. I always tell people, give you enough rope to help yourself or hang yourself. And every man I meet, if I give him enough rope, he gonna show me who he is. I could count on one hand how many men that I could put them in a position to take advantage of me, monetarily or socially or whatever you will call it, and they don't. I could count on one hand. I count on 3 fingers probably, 4 fingers probably. But you put a man in position, it don't matter if it's flesh of your flesh, blood of your blood. Cain killed Abel, or vice versa. I can't remember who killed who. Listen to me. The first brothers in the world, there was a homicide. The first brothers in the world, there was jealousy and then a homicide. Come on now. That right there show you. That's why Proverbs say, a faithful man, who can find one? So let me help you understand something. That is why I operate with integrity. I got some of my neighbor male. Let me give you an example. I had some of my neighbor male one time. And I thought it was my mail. I didn't really look at it because it was, some numbers, and I opened my neighbor mail one time, and it was two packets. It was two packets, and it was information, financial information, like your savings account or something. And I looked at it, and I'm like, hold on now. These numbers don't look the same as mine. Now what's going on? Then I realized, oh, this ain't my mail. It was another packet. Now, after this first one, I'm intrigued. I'm like, okay, let me see what your money at. Okay. So, guess what? The next packet, that second packet, they had the same stuff, but it was like a different account. I put it in the trash. I had to open the first one. The reason why I ain't take it to them is because I know you get those statements every month. So you can see next month's statement. And I ain't take it to them because I had already opened it. And if somebody bring my mail and they don't open it and it has sensitive information, I ain't going to be able to sleep at night. Just like, man, I didn't know all my business, man. So I just saved them the headache and I just put it in the trash. That's the mail lady fault. That's her fault. But that second one, I threw it in the trash. I'm gonna give you an example now. I could have opened that second one, seen all the business, then put both of them in the trash. And I did if you open my mail and I don't need the mail, it wasn't mail that's needed. It's just like when your bank send you a statement, hey, look, this is what you got in your account. You don't need that mail. So if it was important, I would have took it to them. But I know what it was because I got the same account. And so I throw that second one in the trash. My point to you is I could have been nosy and got me an eye full, got all in the business, knowed exactly what my neighbor worth, got to their name, but I throwed it in the trash. And that's what I mean by integrity. When you get to the place as a man that you could do the right thing, that you could do the right thing when nobody looking, that you could do the right thing. Now, next time I know from that time forward, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to pay close attention. Not assume that this is my mail and I'm going to read the name. I'm going to read the name and then I'm going to take them their mail without it being open. So I'm going to even get better next time. Make up for my mistake. You see what I'm saying? So integrity, when you get to the place as a man where you say, I'm going to have integrity regardless of who looking. So I start to realize, and I this is how I live. I start to try to live like this. Now, God know you, God love you. God know you, God love you. Okay? He watching you. He see what you're doing. And a lot of things are instinctual as a man. I talked to one of my guys, one of my homeboys, and we be out and about, and he'll be, one of my co-workers, work with me. We'll be out about and he'll be woo, 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 woo. Every booty pass by. Boy, you seen that? Bro, you seen that? And I had to tell him, like, listen, bro, I'm married, okay? You not married. So I can't be breaking my neck looking around, trying to see all this, okay? And I remember one time we was in New Orleans. And we stand out there in New Orleans and we stand on the wall. It happened to be like a Mardi Gras or something was going on. But we was there for work. And we out there in New Orleans and people walking down the street. And it was some hams. You hear me? Out there in New Orleans, some hams going down that street. And he looking at everything. And I done caught me a couple of glimpses. But I'm telling myself, listen, you can't be out here looking at these women now. You married. He not married. We went to college together. We played football together in college. And so he wasn't married. He wasn't even in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? So he could look at what he want to look at. How about while we standing there up against a wall, some people who follow me online, and this was years ago. I don't know, 7-8 years ago. Oh yeah, I've been out here for a while. A girl who followed me online came up to me. Hey, Tony Gaskins, I follow you on Twitter. Oh my goodness. So great to see you. Can I take a picture with you? And I say, and she was dressed scantily clad. Okay, don't know what that means, but I heard it. She was dressed scantily clad. And I said, okay, had I been just lusting after her? She followed my relationship advice online. I'm married. Had she looked at me and I was looking at her set of hams, she would have lost all faith and trust in me. You hear me? So that was a lesson that the Lord showed me. I got that same lesson over and over and over. I remember I was sitting first class on an airplane, and the flight attendant, she was really pretty. And I saw her, and I saw that she was pretty. And now the devil say, boy, get your good lust in, boy. Woo, make some eye contact, boy. Get your good lust in, boy, because you can't touch. All you could do is look. And I said, no, I'm going to sleep. I closed my eyes. And instead of sitting there trying to make eye contact and Google eyes and all of that and lust like we do as men, I closed my eyes to go to sleep. And I said, I ain't finna be tempting myself, because ain't nothing I could do with the temptation, because I know I ain't going that far to get no phone them and start no affair. So I might as well not even be looking. How about when I woke up, that same flight attendant had put a note on my seat, and I went to get it right there with my drink, and it said, hey, Mr. Gaskins, I love you and your family and the work that you do. Thank you so much. I watch your videos. You inspire me. I said, Lord, thank you. Lord, thank you. Because I could have ruined. Because see, for me, I don't want to lead one person astray. If that one woman say, Tony nasty, he don't live what he preach. Girl, when I tell you he undressed me with his eyes on that plane, you hear me? I was 30,000 feet in the air, butt bunky, because of the way he undressed me with his eyes. I don't want to lose not one. That's why when people say, why you respond to these women who don't get it in the comments? Because I don't want to lose not one. I don't want to let one person go astray. I don't want to let one person be in the dark. So I need not just my words, but I need my example to reach them. And that's what you got to want for yourself as a man. You got to listen, especially if you got children. You need to be the example of a man that you want your daughter to marry. You need to be the example of a man that you want your son to grow up to be. You need to be that example. And I remember now what I was telling, what my homeboy was saying to me. He was like, man, I'm not even gonna try to not look. That's torture. Like we human, we born to look. That's what men do. We born to look. And guess what? He's 100% right. He's 100% right. Now see, this where I say women, stay out the conversation, because you're not a man and you never been a man. And y'all get on my nerves telling me, oh, it is not that hard to not look. Oh my goodness, y'all kill me. Y'all just so immature. Like you just can't, so you mean to tell me you just got to look at another woman's booty? Oh my goodness. Listen, have you ever been a man? Oh, we want to look too. Women desire to look, but we got the maturity not to look. Listen, you never had what we got down here. You don't know how this thing work. I done talked to my wife about it. I say, baby, listen, when the wind blow hard, if you get a breeze, do that thing down there, go to getting. She said, no. I said, okay, we different. When the wind blow, you get a breeze, down here, like an Arm & Hammer box, you hear me? This thing do what it want to do. It do what it want to do. And when it do this, it wants some relieving. You hear me? It have a mind of its own. Now, if you telling me that the vajay got a mind of its own, and you just walking and all of a sudden you just, let me get me some, and you go to getting Aquafina down there, then okay, I hear you. But no, that's one out of a million women, and that one woman that say she like that, when I look into her past, I see why. Because of what she went through in her life and what she was exposed to as a child. And that's not the case for men. I ain't go through nothing in my life. Ain't nobody touched me as no child. Ain't not no older man, no older woman, none of that. But it's still, so when my homeboy said that, I said, yeah, you right, but I can't be average. I don't want to be normal. See, because with Christ, you renewed by Christ. See, I want a supernatural strength. So I want to do what's hard. And it's a daily struggle. It is a daily struggle. Ain't they got a show called that? It's a daily struggle. You hear me? To where it, cause I know that you know as a man, when you see when that set of hams out there, you looking at the hams before you even realize it. I know, I'm a man. I know. But guess what? You got to get to the point to where you see him turn your head and your neck doing like this. I know you twitching, you feeling like you about to have, you like, oh Lord, what the world going on? You feel like you about to throw up, cause your eyes trying to get back to that set. It's trying to get back over there because that's how you wired. That's how you wired. You hardwired like that. Now, one thing I noticed about my daddy, and I know my daddy don't bat from both sides of the plate. I already know that. I just could sense that on a man if that's this case. I know my daddy don't bat from both sides of the plate. But one thing I used to do as a young man, when I came of age and I started getting into girls, I would look at my daddy when we was walking in the Winn-Dixie. We used to shop at Winn-Dixie. Publix was too high. So we used to shop at Winn-Dixie. We in Florida. And we'll be walking in the store. And I see old set of hams walking out. And my daddy married with my mama. I see old set of hams walking out. Here I am, 13, 14. I'm getting me an eye full. Woo! I got the bug eyes. You hear me? And then I look at my daddy and he'll be straight ahead. Now, I don't know if he had a way to just cut that eye. I don't know what his skill was, but I'm looking right at him and he ain't looking. I'm looking right at him and he ain't looking. Now, me as a man, even in my marriage, as I was grown and I'm growing, my wife, she caught me 1,000,000 times with my eyes on a set. And I didn't even notice it. And when my homeboy pointed that out to me, he said, bro, that's impossible. Like, why you even gonna put yourself through that kind of stress? I said, no, I got to go through that kind of stress because I got to go to that next level. And I know you feel like throwing up. But guess what? I'm going to tell you something. When you conquer your flesh, my boy, listen to me. You enter into a realm of focus and peace, and just it's a state to where everything is like some pistons firing and just it's oiled up and just everything just you clicking on all cylinders. See, when you get into that space to where your mind is clear, your heart is clear. Now, I'm not saying that you 100% perfect. I'm not saying that you don't see you some ham hocks walking and you know one time and you like, man, that woman got an amazing body, and then you back to your life. I'm not saying you 100%, you shooting 100% from the field. But if you know that you used to fail 90% of the time and now you succeeding 50%, now you getting to 60%, now you getting to 70%, guess what? With every level that you climb, not only it's going to be new devils, but it's going to be new rewards. See, the stronger you get, the more focus you get, the more rewards you get. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't have the complete code for it. I ain't got the cheat code, because it ain't no cheat code really. It's a code of ethics. It's a code of integrity. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm in a good season in my life, a beautiful season in my life that I can't put into words. But one thing I know is I know how I'm living. I know how I'm living. And I know that my behind the scenes is pure. I know that every single day I'm waking up and I'm pursuing perfection. That I'm trying to be the absolute best man I could be. And I might slip and see me old set of hams, okay? But I have to catch myself and make sure that I don't let that go into lust. And just understand that I'm going to see people. I'm going to see humans. Just like women going to recognize a handsome man. And you going to recognize a beautiful woman. But it's different between seeing somebody and then lusting after somebody. And especially if you work on a job to where you see somebody that's beautiful and then you start to look and look and look and then look and turn into lusting. Then lusting turn into liking. The next thing you know, you striking up conversation. The next thing you know, you got a phone number. The next thing you know, you got a work wife. The next thing you know, you in a full-fledged affair. You see what I mean? That can go anywhere. Either contracting a STD, getting her pregnant. It can go anywhere. So you got to get to the place as a man the way you can nip it in the bud. And if you are single, then your faithfulness is unto God and it's unto yourself. So when you single, when you don't have a woman, what you're trying to get over now is you gotta beat them nasty movies that you're watching. All the nasty, because all these websites I'm hearing about. I hear about these sites, okay, phub.com. I hear about that. Y'all been talking, I keep seeing it trending, OnlyFans. I don't even visit the sites. I don't even visit the .com. Now, I was curious. I said, man, what this? And God be my witness. See, the one thing I don't do, I don't play by God. I do not play by God. God be my witness. I have not visited that phub.com, that OnlyFans, these little sites. I don't even visit the site. Cause sometimes I be curious. Let me see if some of my clients got one of these pages or what have you. You see what I mean? And I be curious. But guess what? I don't even tiptoe over there. I got to stay pure. I got to stay away from it. You have to conquer that. And look, we're going to be weak somewhere. But we're going to be weak somewhere. I'm going to tell you where I'm weak at. Where I'm weak at is I'm not no gym rat. I played football from the age of 7 to the age of 21. I played basketball from the age of 8 to the age of 17. And I ran track when I was little. As a child, I was an athlete. You know, I played football in college for 3 years. And then I got kicked off the team for a bad attitude. And really just because I was slacking. Because I was too into the ladies. And so, understand this. I slack with that working out. I don't work out every day. Sometimes I might go 3 weeks without working out. And, you know, I work out talking. I work out just talking. You hear me? So that's where I'm weak at. You might be strong in the gym. You might love to work out. You might love to. Nah, I'm not in no bad shape. Nah, I still got. You feel? Hey, you Evan? I ain't just let myself go, but I just don't love nobody gym. Now, what I just did a couple days ago, I hit up the trainer, and I Venmo'd him $1,000. I Venmo'd him $1,000 for $1,000 worth of session. So when we come out of this here 19 lockdown, I'm gonna be in there. So I'm working on my weak areas, and that's what I'm telling you. So if you strong in the gym, where you weak at? You weak with them nasty movies. You might be weak with your lusting. You might be weak with your emotional cheating or your physical cheating. You might be weak with fornication. You might be weak with adultery. So if you strong on the video game, if you strong with your eating, you know, I had me a slab of rib 2 nights ago. I shouldn't be eating that swine. I had me a slab of rib, tore that swine up. You hear me? Tore that swine up. Told my wife, hey, don't make my bacon and egg with no turkey bacon. Put me some of that swine on there. You hear me? I'm Christian. Everything blessed by the Lord. I'm going to let the Muslims, Muslims don't eat swine. Hey, the Lord say everything blessed. So, hey, I touch it, but I need to not eat it as much. So if you strong in your eating, you strong in your working out, You strong in your studies, on your hobbies, your habits, or what you trying to work on, your trade, your work ethic. You strong. Where you weak at? You probably weak with the Nasty movie, with Angela. Okay, Angela. You know what Angela doing? You probably weak there, or you weak with your lusting. You weak with your emotional cheating or your physical cheating. This area, on that side of things, that's what you need to work out. That's what you need to beat. Okay, you got to beat that. And when you beat that, see, that's where the blessings activated. See, blessings ain't activated from being a gym rat. Then you ain't activate no blessing, because God don't care nothing about no gym. Okay, yeah, you supposed to buffet your body. You supposed to, your body is your temple, but ain't no favor from that. The Bible don't say a man who finds a gem finds a good thing and receives favor from the Lord. That ain't what it say. A man who finds a hobby, a man who learns a trade, learns a good thing and receives favor from the Lord. Now it does say if you don't work, you don't eat. But the favor is from finding a wife. The favor is finding a wife and being in right standing. Being the faithful man that is hard to find. Okay, Ephesians 5, loving your wife the way Christ loved the church. That's where the favor is activated. And listen to me. Ever since I made a decision in 2009, it's 2020. I made a decision in 2009, 2010, and 2000. It was 2009, 2010. And I really made a decision in 2007. But by 2010, I had to just got into a stride. Well, hey, I'm finna lock all the way in. And when I tell you, it's the blessings is you have a complete peace. I'm completely peaceful. So I don't have any stress from another woman. I don't have to worry about my wife getting my phone. My wife has all my social media passwords. She got my phone lock code. I don't have to worry about her reading my texts. I don't have to worry about another woman calling my woman, texting my woman. Oh, I'm sleeping with your husband. Oh, me and your husband been dating. Oh, your husband told me y'all marriage was over. I don't have to worry about that. The other thing is I can have complete focus. I can focus on my purpose. I can focus on my business, my brand, my body. I can focus. The other thing is, the other benefit is my woman is at peace. So what she wants to do is love and serve. When I wasn't like this, my woman didn't want to serve as much. And when I say serve, I mean like she looking for ways. She come to me, hey, you need breakfast? Hey, you need lunch? Hey, you need dinner? Hey, you need me to pick up anything? Hey, you need me to do anything? And that is reciprocation. Because of my faithfulness and my focus, I can shower her with love, in all the love languages. I could speak her love language: quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service. I'm focused on, because I don't have to please another woman. I'm always, last night I was on Dior.com looking for gifts. I got all the apps. I got Net-a-Porter. This stuff you probably ain't never heard of. I got Net-a-Porter app. I got Farfetch app. I got the Real. I got the Gucci app, the Louis app. I got all these shopping apps because in my free time, I'm looking, how can I bless my wife? On March 30th, our anniversary, I called the dealer, went to the dealer, got her a new truck. She was driving a 2015 that she loved because it was matte black with some 24s on it. She loved it. I traded in for a 2020. Got her a 2020. New vehicle. You hear me? Like, that's what I'm thinking about. She my focus. She's my priority. And and see, listen, you are Christ's priority. God is trying to get blessings to me constantly. I sat down yesterday and I talked to my wife and I said, baby, what is going on? What is going on? I said, what is going on? I say, in the worst time that anybody living has ever seen, in the craziest situation that anybody living has ever seen, we at our most blessed that we've ever been since we've been married. Since 2007, we got married. March 2007, we got married. March 2020 was our best month to date. And it looked, and April gonna pass it just with blessings and opportunities, not just monetary now, but just blessings, opportunity, peace. We in Florida, and we have to do runs like, cause we got two boys, so we be having to hit the grocery store. We be having to hit, get the takeout. We be having to go pick up this, pick up that. Sometimes we might have to hit 4 stores in a day on the essential runs. And we in Florida where stuff going on with that 19. And God done kept us. He done kept us. Done kept us clear of that 19, even though we done had to venture outside. So just bless financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically. I feel like that Holy Bible is my gym. Like if you look at when I go meet some, and I might talk to somebody and say, hey man, we been working out. Hey, you been working? I said, no, I don't work out. This God given. Like I don't do all that with y'all being there. All that. I said I might hit me some push-ups every now and then, but hey, the Lord is my gym. You hear me? Like just favor all across the board. Like I'm telling you, listen to what I'm telling you. If you got this far and you a man, put Tony, I made it. Put it in the comment. We might have one man that make it. Man, I might figure out a way I could get him a blessing. But listen to me. I'm blessed all across the board. And this the blessing that I want every man to receive is when you find your wife. And if you ain't got no wife, just be faithful to God. If you got a girlfriend or fiance, just be faithful to her. See, this is what I learned. This is an activation that I learned. On Ephesians 5, it say, husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church, right? So I really took that serious. And I said, do you deserve anything Christ doing for you? No. Because you're not sin free. You're not perfect. You don't deserve the grace and the mercy and the blessings that you've received. You don't deserve it. I don't deserve the blessings that I'm getting. But see, God will take what we doing, what you did do, and he'll honor your works. But more so than that, he give you above and beyond what you deserve. Yeah, you got to work. Faith without works is dead. You got to work. But your blessings supersedes. Your blessings surpasses the level of work that you've put in. Like I'm sitting here and God gave me wisdom to build business. And I'm blessed without having to sweat, without having to go into the sun. I'm blessed. And so that's godly wisdom. That's godly favor. That I could just use my mind sitting at home. Now I got a corporate office on the 33rd floor overlooking the city that costs, but I go in that office 5 days a week, and it is there for interns or whoever. But so I'm blessed what they call going and coming, and I ain't bragging to you. I'm helping you understand what God gonna do for you when you come all the way over. He gonna give you enough, pressed down, shaken together. It floored me when a lady cash out me and said, these are my tithes and offering. I said, wow. I said, Lord, you told me through my wife, Tony, you could be a minister without opening a church, because it's not your style and your type, and it's not, your family can't show up every Sunday in a church, because your son calling is to use soccer. He want to be a pro athlete. He plays every Sunday. You got to be there. And you might not, so you can't preach 3 sermons because I call you to something else. And the Lord say, listen, look at the local churches. They got 1,500 people. The Lord said, I gave you 3 million people online. Talk to them. Your church don't have 4 walls. This is a new day and I'm doing a new thing. So Tony, you still a minister. When people started cash apping me, they tithes and offering, I said, wow, Lord, they blessing me. And it's what you showed me. See, what I started to realize, I forgot I got off track. Y'all know I just be flowing. And you know what? I coached a guy, he a truck driver. He said he listened to the whole video. And because he drive trucks. So he on a long ride. This is what I started doing. I say, Lord, I see your blessings. I see what you're doing. I see how you loving me, how you treating me, how you gracing me, how you favoring me. And in Ephesians 5, you say, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. So Christ, I see what you're doing for me. Okay, so I'm going to love my wife like that. Let me help you understand. What I do for my wife is not because I feel like she deserves it. It's not, I go beyond what she deserves. Now, she deserves a whole lot, but I go beyond what she deserves. Like, when you see the way I treat my wife, if you put a camera on me, if you could see the way I treat my wife, rubbing her back every night, massaging her shoulders every day, massaging her feet. Anytime her shoulder or foot near me, I'm massaging it. We walking through the grocery store, I'm massaging her shoulders. She lay down and go to sleep at night. She face this way, I face that way. Yeah, and we happily married, and people get too caught up on how you sleep and all that. No, I sitting up and I'm listening to stuff, videos, I'm catching up with the news, and I'm massaging her shoulders, I'm massaging her back, putting her to sleep. You see what I mean? When you see the way I treat my wife, and then the material stuff too, when you see the way I treat my wife, it ain't one human that deserve all of that. Cause you will say, okay, well, Tony, if you're doing all that, massaging feet, massaging shoulders, you doing everything that you doing, she must cook 3 meals a day. Your house must be spick and span. She must do this. She must massage your shoulders every day, massage your feet every day. No, her focus is our sons, and then she do for me what I need, but she ain't just catering to me and just serving me hand and foot. Don't get it twisted. Like, that's why I put the chapter in here. She ain't really like it at first, but she get what I'm saying but it's real. It's called Let Him Love You. Make sure you get the book, Woman's Influence. It's called Let Him Love You. Because I tell my wife, you're not going to outlove me. You're not going to outlove me. You're not going to do more for me than I'm going to do for you. Because Ephesians 5 tell me, husband, love your wife the way Christ loved the church. It don't say wives love your husband the way Christ loved the church. Now it say wives submit unto your husbands as unto the Lord. But that just mean being loving, respectful, and serving. But look at how we serve the Lord. A lot of days we give the Lord our butt to kiss. A lot of days you giving the Lord your butt to kiss. Listen to it. Now, not me. I ain't gonna say we. I'm gonna say y'all give the Lord your butt to kiss. And so, but on the flip side, with husband love your wives the way Christ loved the church. And Christ don't make no mistakes. Christ perfect the way he loved the church. So that's what I'm shooting for. And when I try to do that, man, them blessings get bigger and bigger and bigger. I say, Lord, listen. I was telling my wife, I said, baby, this overwhelming me. The amount of blessings and opportunities, all these emails coming in, opportunities, all these blessings coming in, like just these people who supporting me and got my bike and saying, Tony, I got you. Hey, Tony, keep going. Like patting me on the back in the midst of all the naysayers that try to steal your thunders, try to knock the wind out your sails. Hey, listen, you got to get over here. You got to get married. You got to find your wife. You got to get married, and you got to treat her like a queen. You got to love her the way Christ loved the church. You got to be 100% faithful. And if it's not to a woman, be 100% faithful to yourself until you meet your woman. If you don't have a woman, be 100% faithful to God. Being faithful to God is being faithful to yourself. Get off them nasty movies. Stop stealing money. Stop cheating. Stop lying. Stop deceiving. Stop manipulating. Stop doing bad business. And get in line and have integrity. Hey, I ain't called past an hour. The Lord ain't called past an hour. God bless you. We'll talk soon.